Hey everybody, Jim from Jim and Sarah's RV Adventures. I'm going to talk to you today. I'm going to do a little update, kind of refinement. I'm going to get into detail and hopefully stay on topic. Um, we're going to start out today with gate guarding. Um, Gate guarding I discovered through the internet and Facebook and all of that. Sorry for the quick close up. I saw it and said, hey, well, that shouldn't be too hard. Shouldn't be too difficult. So I looked into it some more and I did as much research as I could. And, at the time, my wife and I, Sarah, where were we? Oh, we were in Colorado. And we said, hey, that looks like a good way to make some good money over the winter. Well, we wanted something a little bit longer than just the winter. We said, you know what? If we can make that go to money, let me sit down. I did the numbers and everything. And if you do the numbers right, because you're getting paid on a 1099, so you keep a majority of your money. Don't take this as tax advice, like I've said before, but if you plan your money and you budget your money right, along with the simple fact of using all of the deductions that are available to you, okay, you can make out pretty good. All right. So anyway, the that's going to be a whole nother video about taxes and stuff like that. I've done one already. I'll give you a little more an update to it, just for the simple fact of I'll have more information from my accountant, so I can give you an idea of some of the things that you can tell your accountant to look for. And please don't go to those guys at the Walmart and the Hewitt and Jackson and all of them, unless they're full-time businesses. Those people just get hired. They get a crash course in learning taxes because most people just go there. They don't know all the ins and outs like somebody that plays with these numbers all year long. Anyway, gate guarding. You want to get into gate guarding. All right. First of all, if you're going to do gate guarding and you're just a couple, or a single. There are some singles out there, but I'll differentiate between the two of them. As a couple, okay, you're most likely going to be at a gate. So no kids. You're working at an oil drilling site or a fracking site. Insurance regulations, safety, all of that. No on the kids. They don't want them running around, whatever. You can say, well, I have well-behaved kids. It doesn't matter. It's not a company thing. It's an insurance thing. If you notice, insurance runs a lot of our lives. But that's a totally another video. Trust me. So if you're a couple, you can be put on a gate. Now, as a couple at a gate, you're going to be there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Okay? That's how long your RV is going to be there. For as long as the project is there. Could be anywhere from 2 weeks to 2 months. It nobody knows, okay? They have a rough timetable, but that's, nobody really knows how things are going to go. So anywhere from 2 weeks to 2 months. Your RV. And I'm saying that with emphasis because a lot of people get confused and go, well, I'm going to be on the site for 24/7. No. Your RV will be, and one person from the couple has to be. Why? Because you're going to be checking people in and out at the gate. Okay? So, like me, okay, I don't mind work, and it's not hard work. I mean, pretty much, and it'll differ from company to company and from gate to gate, depending on what they want. But the majority of it is, you're going to get up off of your butt, you're going to walk over, you're going to meet this guy coming in. And you're going to write down his license plate number or take a picture of it. And you're going to write down the company he works for. And you're going to look at his ID and you're going to write down his name and any other information that your particular company wants taken. Then you're going to probably ask him the question, sir, do you have all of your PPE? That's personal protection equipment, PEE. PPE. Personal protection equipment. Steel toe boots, hard hat, safety vest, okay? Anything else that might be entailed in whatever job site you're working on. That's PPE. Those are the terms. The acronyms that we use. Another one that and just to jump off subject for a quick second, FR. FR clothing. You may be at a gate where you need FR clothing. What is FR clothing? It's fire retardant clothing. Now, you can purchase this stuff online. You can purchase it at some of the stores out here in Texas. They have different places. You just got to Google them. You can Google anything. And yes, you may have to purchase some for yourself if you're on those particular gates. The thing about it is, anything you purchase and is not reimbursed now becomes a tax deduction because you're getting paid on a 1099. This is part of what we get into when we talk about the money situation. So that's for another video. So back to what I was saying. You check people in. Now you go back over and you sit down. Read your book. You got the outside television, whatever. Okay? You'll see on some of the gate guarding pages, some people have some nice setups. I mean, one guy took PVC pipe. He's got like this enclosed hut right off the side of his thing. So, and he probably has a few pallets put down, but he can walk in there. He did have an air conditioner set up, but he can walk in there instead of going in and out of the RV. He's got a little hut set up for him so he can walk in and out. Some companies, even though your RV is parked there, there's a portable guard shack just off to the side over there. Air conditioned, whatever, they want you in there at all times. It may have cameras on it and lights, but they want somebody in the guard shack at all times. Now, I'm sure that if, there's no traffic going through and you walk over to your RV to get a cup of coffee and walk back, and nobody goes zipping through, yeah, that's going to be acceptable. But you're only a little difference away. That's why I say there's so many different variables that not everybody can take into consideration. And as you might have saw in my other post about the rant of people leaving their opinions, you know what? If you have a question, I don't want your opinion. I want your personal experience. I will pose a question as in, does this gate, in your opinion, would this be a good gate to work at if I'm getting paid this amount of money with this amount of foot traffic? But by asking somebody, well, is it hot and dusty out there? You're in Texas. It's summertime. Yeah, it's going to be hot. It's going to be dusty. It's going to be muddy. You don't really need an opinion for that. You pretty much can guess it. But if you've never been to Texas, maybe you don't know this. Okay. Yes, it does get hot. When it rains, it gets muddy. Bye-bye. You're all done. But, well, I don't know if, in my opinion, I wouldn't take that a job. And they don't say, in my opinion. They normally say, I wouldn't take that job because, you're this or that. And it's like, really? If the job is not for you, don't answer it. Anyway, gate guarding, you're checking people in and out, and that's it. Now, on some gates, if you think about it and do the math, okay, people say, wow, you have 200 trucks a day go through there? Break that down. Okay, 200 trucks divided by 24. All right, because you got 24 hours, 200 trucks a day. You didn't say you got 200 trucks an hour. That would be insane. That wouldn't be possible. Okay, what you end up with, and once you break the 24, let's say you have 200. I'll grab my phone here with the calculator on it, just so I can give you the numbers and go from there. But you got 200 trucks, and you divide that by 24 hours. That's 8.33 trucks or vehicles per hour. So you got 8 vehicles, just over 8 vehicles per hour. So now, if we take 8 vehicles, or we take, because an hour has got 60 minutes, and you divide that by 8 vehicles, every 7.5 minutes, you have a vehicle come in or go out. Every 7.5 minutes. Okay. Now, that's a busy gate. 200 thing. So every 7.5 minutes, you got to greet somebody. Well, if you stop and think about that, let's break it down a little bit more. Okay? Since we're breaking things down, let's break it down a little more. 7 vehicles, or a vehicle every 7.5 minutes. If it takes you a total, okay, of 1 minute to check in somebody, write their license plate down, write the company name down, and I'm going to tell you something in a second I thought of, and write the guy's name down and information, goes through. 1 minute passed. Now the next vehicle's not going to be here for 6.5 minutes. Stand outside or just stopwatch 6.5 minutes. Believe it or not, it's a long time. Now, what happens if you get 2 vehicles, one right after the other, and it takes you a total of 2 minutes? Well, keep in mind now, you've had 2 vehicles that you took care of in 2 minutes. So that would be 1 vehicle every 7.5, so 2, so that's 15 minutes. That means you had 2 vehicles go through, minus the 15, you got 13 minutes. What are you going to do in 13 minutes? Sit and take a stopwatch and see how long 13 minutes is. Granted, you're not going to sit and watch a whole movie, or you're not going to, if you're watching just regular TV, or you're reading a book, you might get a paragraph read before the next vehicle comes through. All these factors that have to be taken into consideration. You can't just go by a general, well, I work a gate where 200 trucks a day come through. And you're going, oh, wow. But when you break it down like that, you're like, well, vehicle every 7.5 minutes. If 2 vehicles come through, yeah, 13 minutes. What happens if I get 3 vehicles come through? Now you're up to, it just works out. It's not that hard of work. The hardest part is getting up. Now, here's that trick I was going to tell you about. If you're working a gate where the majority of the trucks coming in and out are the same, okay? Now, on a fracking gate, you may get a multitude of different trucks bringing in sand. But as far as your crews go, okay, you've been on the gate, you followed the crew or whatever, you know these guys. You know what vehicles they drive. Take a few minutes, write down the license plate, the company because you'll see it, you write it down every time. Take the license plate, the truck name, or the company, the guy's name, and whatever information your company's looking for, write it all down across the way. And when the guy pulls up, now you've got a whole list of regulars that come in. Put a piece of plastic over it. You got a clipboard. You walk out there because you see the guy coming and you're going, oh, hey, that's John. Yeah, all right. You just quick as you go by. Yeah, the license plate's the same. He's not driving a different truck, same company. Hi, John. How you doing? Yeah, can I just see the ID? Yep, matches you. Hey, have a great day. Boom. He's now through the door. Stop and think about this. This saves you time. took a matter of 10 seconds, maybe 15 seconds to get him through the gate. Now you don't have a backlog. Just because the company wants that same information put into the iPad every single time doesn't mean you can't make that cheat sheet to make your life easier. Then when you go sit down for a half hour because nobody's coming through the gate, you go on the iPad and you go boom, boom, boom. They've got all their information. It's entered. And even if they say, well, they want a specific time, okay, no problem. Jot down the time they came through the gate. What'd that take you? 2 seconds? Now, when you punch it into the iPad, time through the gate, boom. Now, if the iPad doesn't allow you to do that, they want it done in real time, well, that's just something that, you got to deal with. But if you still got that pad right there, you can check him off, and get him through the gate, then walk over and punch it into the iPad so it's in real time. That's what I would do. And I'm sure that the company won't have an issue with it. If they do, they'll tell you. But they want the customer happy. That's their goal. And they want the customer happy by doing what they ask. You've done what they've asked. Yeah, you took a little shortcut, but you did not, what's the word I'm looking for? You didn't, you did not lose sight of what they wanted done. You did exactly what they wanted. You just did it in a shorter fashion. That's all. So, with that being said now, there's plenty of time to do stuff. Okay? Now, couples doing a 12-hour gate. Unless you're a real light sleeper, because keep in mind, you'll have some traffic going through, and the vehicles are not that far away. My RV's pretty quiet. I mean, I'm at an RV park with my job, so yes, I do pay for an RV park. But I got a decent rate. The only thing that gets me is the electric, but I try and watch that. But they were mowing the lawn. They got a big lawnmower, and I mean they're 2-3 feet away from the backside mowing the grass out there, and I'm sound asleep. So for me, it's not a big deal. My wife now, she might be like, "Do you hear him mowing the lawn? I heard him mow the lawn." She's a light sleeper. So let's move on now to the timetable. Okay, the vehicle, your RV, it's a 24-hour gate. All right. I can work the night shift. My wife, she doesn't like working the night shift, but she can work well into the night, okay? She can be up till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. So, how would we work that? Well, to make life easier for her, I'd say, honey, why don't we do this? Why don't I relieve you at 1 o'clock, okay, in the morning? And I'll work from 1 until 3, okay? That's 14 hours. So what? I'm looking at my RV. I'm looking at my doggies in the window. I worked 14 hours doing what? Getting up off my butt, writing a few names and license plate numbers down and going sit back down? Come on. Trust me. You'll gain weight. You need to walk around and keep that movement going. Otherwise, you just sit there and gain weight. But, so... you can work the schedule, whatever works with your lifestyles, okay? Again, my wife doesn't like working the overnight shift, so I'd have her work from like 5 to 2, or whatever hours like that. Now, she'd probably want me to cook. So if she relieves me at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I can come in, relax, I can have a cold beer. I can cook supper. I can eat supper. Bring her, because she's only across the way in the guard shack. I can bring her supper, and then I can go in, take a shower, and go to bed. I can get up later. when I need to relieve her at 1 o'clock. Now, say she's feeling extra frisky that night, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm doing fine." She works till 3 in the morning. She lets you sleep. Okay? It's not going to be that busy at 3 in the morning. Now, I know there's some people out there. You just don't know how busy it is at 3 in the morning on a fracking site. Oh my God, it's just constant. Okay. Again, I can't speak for every gate. Every gate is going to be different. Just like those people cannot speak for every gate. Everything is different. But you're getting the point. You can get a good gate where you sit around and maybe the gate is just, you let people in every couple hours. You're sitting out there twiddling your thumbs. Now, something that I know of that's coming up is a pipeline gate, okay? Pipeline gates are going to be set up so that your RV is parked there. They are either building a pumping station or some sort of above ground facility at that point in the pipeline. And they want that stuff watched. And they want people know when to know people. So they normally start at 6 in the morning, and they're all wrapped up at the end of the day at 6 at night. They work a 12-hour day. So you open the gate at 6, you work during the day at 6, writing down numbers or whatever's required of the company, okay? They may not have you do that. They may have their own guy that sits there and write down numbers. All you got to do is open up the gate. You're there all night to make sure nothing happens. Guess what? You can stay up till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, or somebody can stay up till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. If you have something set up to know if somebody messes with something or crosses over a fence or whatever, you can doze off, but hey, what's the big deal, okay? You're sitting outside in a chair, dozing off, and you hear somebody. You're there, the light's on. It's a deterrent for anybody to mess around with stuff, okay? Because one, you're not going to be pulling a gun on them. You're not going to be going out there trying to arrest them. What you're going to do is you're going to be picking up that phone going, somebody's over here. You want to call somebody? And they'll immediately call the police department or sheriff's department and send somebody out there ASAP. And they'll tell you, whatever you do, don't confront them. You can if you want. You want to be the hero, open up the door and go, hey, what are you doing out there? So anyway, those are pipeline gates. They don't work Sundays. You're there, you're getting paid. But you know what? Most of the time the company says, yeah, you want to go into town, you want to do whatever? Yeah, no problem. Because who's going to mess with something in the middle of the day, right? As long as you got the gate locked behind you. So anyway, there's a multitude of different gates, different styles of gates, the requirements that the companies want. Sorry, there's a bug flying around on the screen. He was bothering me. So it's hard to pinpoint and give you an exact, this is what happens at every gate. Okay? So you've got that there. Now, with that understanding and the fact that you're going to get paid on a 1099, okay, you're a subcontractor, which I'll get into next. This is what you're looking at for gates, okay? Different multitudes of gates, different types, as a couple. Singles, okay? Unless you're running a shack, okay, and you're parked off-site. In other words, they've got a drilling driveway or a gate. They've got a shack set up with air conditioning, lighting, power, all of that stuff, and you have to report there. And there's an RV park 20 minutes down the road. You get your spot in the RV park, you drive the 20 minutes to work, and you relieve somebody or whatever the requirements are. Now, if it's a couple doing something like that, they normally pay both of you. Like our company has that situation right now. Your RV is going to be at an RV park. So if you have kids, as long as somebody is old enough to watch the kids, one parent can sleep, the other parent can be working. But Jim, we only have one vehicle. Right. One person drives down, drops that person off, and comes back. When they get ready to go swap them out and relieve them, they drive down, the other person comes back. Okay? They go to sleep. Once you get into that routine, one person's going to drive to work, the other person's going to get the vehicle and drive back. It's not going to be a double run every day. You only do that in the beginning and then again at the end when the gate closes down. But you're at an RV park. So yeah, you have to take a little bit of money out. $150 a day, that's times two, because there's two of you working that same guard shack. $300 a day, 7 days a week, that's $2,100 a week. That's $4,200 every 2 weeks. Think about that, $4,200 every 2 weeks. And then that's $8,400 a month. I'm thinking if the RV park charges me $700 a month, I can take home $7,700 a month. Gas money, we're talking $8,400 a month. A month. When people break it down and go, well, let's see, Jim, that's $300 a day. Divide that by 24. Geez, you're just making a little over minimum wage. That's not really worth it. You're not comparing apples to apples, okay? Because it's just not the same. All right? You work a regular job, 40 hours a week or whatever, overtime, all of that crap and whatnot. You work 7 days a week. Guess what? It just doesn't add up, okay? So, anyway, you want to get in, like I say, you want to get in couples. There's a multitude of different ways, okay? I'm going to wrap this video up here and give a quick overview. Couples, we need you. Your RV, you could be at the gate or you could be at an RV park. You're going to both get paid if you're doing a shack and you have to be at an RV park. You're going to get one pay, but it's normally a little higher, like $175, $200 per day, but you don't have any RV expenses because your RV is at the gate. Now, the RV is there 24 hours, but after your shift, you need to go to town, do some groceries, whatever. I'll give you some tips and tricks about that. Chest freezer. If you don't have a washer and dryer in that cubby where the washer and dryer goes in your RV, put a little chest freezer in there. There's a plug there. Now you can buy in bulk. You've got an extra freezer. The only thing you need is your milk and your bread. You bought a couple cases of canned goods and stuff, vegetables and things like that, and soups. You put that in your pantry before you go out into the wilderness. You don't have to go to the store, except for, like you say, your fresh items, okay? Here's a trick. You get friendly with the guys. Hey, guys, you going into town? Yeah. Could you do me a favor and go into H-E-B and pick me up a gallon of milk, a couple loaves of bread, and this? I'll pay you, I'll pay you $20. Yeah, sure, we can do that for you. Any particular brands? No. Guy's going in, he does the shop, and he brings it to you the next day. Guess what? You never had to leave. You paid $20. It's like $20 for shipping, overnight shipping, because the guy was going to H-E-B. Come on. Think about it. You don't have to go if you plan it right and you have enough stuff on hand. You're either going to be working or you're going to be sleeping. That's the thing. The last thing I'm going to say about this in this gate guarding, you want to do gate guarding. In order to do gate guarding, don't come into it with the idea of, well, we'd like to go out and visit and see the area. No, this is the deal with gate guarding. You want a gate guard, you're here to make money. You're going to make good money in a short period of time. It supplements whatever other income you may have, or it may be your primary income, but you don't have any bills. If you got rid of all your bills, you only need so much to live on. You can bank most of it. If you plan your money right, you can bank this. When I leave Texas, I'm going to have empty credit cards, hardly any bills, and I'm going to turn around and have money in the bank. What am I going to do? I'm going to drive over to New Mexico. I'm going to check this out, spend a couple nights here. Then I'm going to drive up to South Dakota. I'm going to do this up there. Then I'm going over to New England, Massachusetts, visit with family and friends. And all in the meantime, I'm going to be living off of these savings. Now, I also have some other things that I'm going to try and do to bring in some revenue. Like I thought about doing some auto detailing. I'm going to do it to my truck first, show the before and after pictures, and then when I'm hanging out at a RV park, and I post up there, if somebody says, hey, does anybody know of any place I'd like to get my truck washed? Well, I do an auto detailing. Come check out my truck. Simple as that. I'll spend a day washing your truck when you pay me. Some people have money that they want to do that. They don't want to be bothered. They'd rather spend to do it. So I'll make the money. Guess what, honey? We're going out to dinner tonight. I just detailed the guy's car down in the RV park. She crochets. She sells her crochet stuff. Hey, we're going out for dinner, honey. I sold some of my crochet stuff. Awesome. There's all kinds of ways to make money. But gate guarding, you're here to make money. You're not here to check out the neighborhood. If you want to check out the area, either come in before you're on a gate or in between gates. If you tell your bosses at the gate guard company, look, we want to take a couple weeks off just to relax, recuperate before we go back out into the patch, and we want to do some restock things, and we want to check out the area. No problem, they'll let you do that. That's how you do it. But, oh, you don't get a day off? No. You come out, you work your days off. If that's something that you can't do or don't want to do, don't look into gate guarding. It's that simple. It's just not something that's going to be for you. Okay, so to wrap things up, gate guarding. Is it for me? Is it for you? Couples, those are the different types of gates. Singles, pretty much you're at a shack, and you just got to call up and say, is this a shack gate? Normally you can tell when it's a shack gate. They'll specify it. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Stop over to Jim and Sarah's RV Adventures. If you want to leave a comment, some comments over there on Jim and Sarah's RV Adventures. I'm looking for a channel name. Like, I had one guy say, No BS Jim. Hey, if that's my channel name, No BS Jim, beautiful. Give me some creative names. I want to think of something just besides my name, something catchy. Whatever. Call me Dipwad. I'll take it into consideration. Anyway, folks, okay, I'm going to head out and take a break here, and I'll make another video about and get a little more in-depth now that you're gate guarding. Actually, I'll help you get through the starting process of what you do when you see an ad. You decide, yep, gate guarding is what we want to do. I'll help you out with getting what you're going to need to get started. Okay? Until the next video, folks, I'll see you on the next one round. It's been fun. Jim with Jim and Sarah's RV Adventures. Have a great night. Be kind to one another. And have fun out in the patch.